Hello everyone. In this video, we will continue our question answers analysis of 2018 paper. Okay. Up to question number 16, we have solved every question. So in this video, we will continue from question number 17. So let's start. Assuming that the ionic character of in a HBr bond is 11%, what will be the fraction of contribution of ionic character to the valence bond wave function? Okay, so for this question we have to know the formula, and the formula is percentage ionic character is equal to lambda square divided by 1 plus lambda square into 100. Okay, where lambda is the contribution of ionic character to the valence bond wave function. Okay, we all know that what is the valence bond theory. Okay, so percentage of ionic character is this. So percentage ionic character is given 11%. So I write here 11 is equal to lambda square into 100 divided by 1 plus lambda square. Okay, then I will cross multiply both the side. So what will be 11 plus 11 lambda square is equal to lambda square into 100. Okay, so when I subtract this, what I get, 89 lambda square is equal to 11. Okay, so lambda square is equal to 11 by 89. Okay, so when I solve further, I will get lambda is equal to root over of 11 by 89. Okay, when you solve the calculation, you will get 0.035. Okay, so the correct answer is option number D. Okay, 0.35. So question number 7 is solved. So next move to question number 18. So thoroughly read the question number 18. I have read it. So first of all you have to read the question. Okay, then I will solve it. Okay, here the data given is, the question is asking about enthalpy change, and it is thermodynamic type, pure thermodynamic question. The enthalpy change is asked, and one of the special case in thermodynamic. Okay, if you know, then only you solve the question. Otherwise, you will get a wrong answer. Okay, here it is a irreversible process. Okay, I will write the pathway. The supercooled liquid water at minus 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, so I will write first water in liquid form. This is supercooled. What is supercooled liquid? The liquid which is under below freezing point. Okay, the freezing point or normal freezing point of a liquid is less than the temperature at which the liquid is stored. Okay, that means that the liquid is stored under its normal freezing point, and that temperature is called its supercooled temperature of that particular liquid. Okay, so it is in a supercooled condition, that is in a liquid condition, and it will change to freezing condition, that means water in solid form. Okay, ice. So before going to this phase, direct phase, it will go through these steps. So water in liquid at 0 degree Celsius, here minus 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, then it will move to the water in solid or freezing state, 0 degree Celsius. Then it moves to the solid state. Okay, So 1, 2, these two are intermediate stage to convert to the solid or freezing state. This is all are irreversible process. Okay, so I will write here del H1, del H2 and del H3. When I add all these enthalpy changes, then I will get the final enthalpy changes. Okay, but here the question is one of the data is missing here is del H2. The question did not give any idea about the enthalpy change during this temperature, equal temperature. Okay, the temperature is also known as the freezing temperature. Okay, the freezing enthalpy is not given in the question, so you have to know that. Okay, and the value is del H2, or I can write del H freezing. Okay, can write it del H freezing. Okay, del H freezing is equal to minus of 6010 joule per mole. So per mole, but the question is about 2000 mole. So what will be the for 2000 mole? For 2000 mole, I will multiply it by 2000. Okay, joule per moles into 2000 mole. Okay, then mole cancelling out, then it will becomes, I will not calculate here, we will calculate all the values at a time. Okay, 2000 joule. Remember the del H or del H2, let it del H2. Okay, so del H2 is we will find out, we will got the value of del H2. So we have to find out what is for the value for del H1 and del H3. Then we will add all these three value. Then we convert in kilojoule from. Then we will get the answer. Okay. So next move to the for del H1. For del H1. Okay. Del H1. So del H1 and the formula is NCP into del T. Okay. N means 2000 mole. Okay, 2000 mole. I will make some space for that. Okay, 2000 mole. And CP for this and the CP for this is the value is del H1 for this for liquid. CP for liquid water is 75.48 joule per Kelvin. Okay, 75.48. Okay, 75.48. Okay, 75.48 joule into Kelvin inverse. Okay, so temperature changes is the final temperature is 0 degree Celsius. So difference either you convert it to Kelvin or in degree Celsius, it will come the same answer. Okay, so it becomes 15 degree Celsius difference. Okay, so I will write here 15 Kelvin into 15 Kelvin. Okay, Kelvin cancelling out. Okay, then you solve the calculation, or we will at the end of the all the del H changes enthalpy, then we will add all these values. Okay, so for del H1 we will calculate here, or for del H3. For del H3 you will apply the same formula, NCP into del T. Okay, where N is also 2000 mole into Cp is different, and the Cp for sin solid, look at the values. So CPM from ice in solid is constant and is equal to 37.15. Okay, 37.15 joule into Kelvin inverse into same changes 0 degree Celsius, and in solid minus 15 degree Celsius. Okay, 15 Kelvin cancel it out. When you put all the value of del H1, del H2 and del H3, so the final del H, which is asking in the question, del H is equal to del H1 plus del H2, or I can write del Hf plus del H3. Then you will get in kilojoule form. The answer is, I solve in the paper, so you have to solve all these in calculator, so that you will easily handle this question in examination. Okay, so you will got the answer of, you will get the approximate answer. The approximate answer of what will be the answer? Minus 10, option B, minus 10.87 kilojoule. Okay, you will solve in the calculator, you will definitely get the answer. Minus 10.87 kilojoule. Remember that, kilojoule, that means 10 to the power 3. Okay, there are many values here we will find. When you round up all these values, you will get the value of minus 10.87. So question is solved. Question number 18 is solved. Okay, so next move to question number 19. So question number 19 is, the statement is given: it is not possible to determine the rate determining step if relative rate of various steps of complex chemical reaction are not known. So I am in a tentative situation. So what will be the correct answer? I think option number C or D can be the answer, because we know that RDS of system, rate determining step of the system of a chemical reaction is slow step reaction. How can you know that a reaction is slow? If you compare other step of the reaction. Okay, if you not known or not possible to determine, how can you find out which step is a RDS of the reaction? Okay, so I can say that option C is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Not possible is given. Since not possible is given, option A is can be the answer. I am not sure. If you sure and justify the answer, you can tell in your Telegram channel or in the comment box of YouTube channel. Okay. So next move to the question number 20. Question number 20 is a very fundamental question of kinetics. Okay. I will if you solve it, then good. If you not unable to solve it, I will solve it for you. Okay. So first of all, I erase all this to make some space. Okay, I think this solution are helpful for you. If you have solved it before, then it good. If you not solved, then this is going to be very helpful for the students. Okay. So start. So the question is, the reaction SO2 Cl2 gives rise to SO2 plus Cl2 is a fast order reaction, and for fast order reaction we know the formula, and the formula is T is equal to time is equal to 2.303 divided by K into log A by A minus X. Initial concentration or reactant divided by the after sometimes the reduced amount of the reactant. Okay, that is minus X. Okay, So faster reaction, I will write here the formula. So with K1 is given at 573 Kelvin. Okay, what percentage of cyanide chloride is decomposed on heating 573 Kelvin for 90 minutes? Okay, so for that I will write about I write here what is the data given, and the data is, first of all, K is given. K is equal to 2.2 into 10 to the power minus 5 second inverse. Okay, since time the unit is a second inverse, I have to convert time into second. Okay, so time is 90 minutes. 90 minutes is given, so 90 into 60 is equal to 5400 second. Okay, so here asking about percentage of thionyl chloride is decomposed. Percentage is asked, and the question does not give any idea about what is the initial concentration of the reactant. So what will I do here? I will take the initial concentration as 100, so that we will get the answer in percentage. Okay, so I will put the value here. Okay, we need this value. Okay, or need the value of x. Okay, I will take the initial concentration A is 100. Okay, so T into K divided by 2.303. I will take all these terms into left side is equal to log of 100 divided by 100 minus x. Okay, I will take the initial concentration to 100 is 100, so we will get the final concentration. Okay, then for T is 40. Okay, I will erase this. For T, we know that 5400 second. Okay, for T, I will write it here. Okay, for T is 5. T into K divided by 2.303 is equal to log of 100 divided by 100 minus x. Okay, so T is 5400 second into 2.2 into 10 to the power minus 5 second. Okay, second cancelling out, divided by 2.303. Okay, then moves to the right hand side is equal to log of 100 divided by 100 minus x. Okay, so if I remove a log, I have to take to the power 10. Okay, I will make space. So 10 to the power, when you solve the portion, this portion, you will get 1 point. Okay, I will write here. When you solve the anti-log form of this value, since I have to remove logarithm on the right side, so what will be I do? I will take the anti-log. If you find the value, then take anti-log of left side, then log of the right side will be removed. Okay, then what will be the value? You will get the value of 1.12611 is equal to, then logarithm will be removed, and then 100 by 100 minus x. Okay, to remove logarithm we have to take anti-log form, or you can take the 10 to the power of this value. 10 to the power of this value, you will get this value, then logarithm will be cancelling out. Okay, then you have to solve, then find x is equal to, when you solve, you will get x is equal to 11.2005. Okay, X is the concentration of the reactant after 90 minutes. Okay, so 11.2 is the correct answer. So what will be the option? So option number D is the correct answer. Okay, so next move to the question number 21. Question number 21. So question number 21 is I will erase fast. Okay, question number 21 is from chemical bonding. This is a type of NEET or JEE question. I will solve here. Okay, I will got the space. Question number 21. Okay, question number 21. Question number 21 is the nature of a pi bond in perchlorate. So for the structure ClO4 minus chlorine, here is one double bond and another double bond, third one, and the fourth one is it's a negative charge. Okay, what is the type of a double bond here? And we know that in chlorine there is a vacant d orbital. Okay, and its configuration is chlorine, and its configuration is for chlorine the configuration will be neon. How can you know the which type of a double bond it is? We know that here is double bond present in the perchlorate. So what type of a double bond? Whether it's p pi p pi or d pi p pi or p pi p pi. Okay, so you have to know the configuration first. So neon, then 3s2, 3p5. Okay, its outermost configuration, and its vacant d orbital. Okay, for chlorine we know that chlorine has a vacant d orbital, so it will participate in the bonding, pi bonding. Okay, when you look when you know the configuration of chlorine, then we eliminate the option number A and B. A and B option are cancelling out. Okay, since d orbital going to be participate in pi bonding. Okay, then comes to the oxygen atom. Then we know that oxygen has s orbital, there is no d orbital, so option D is cancelling out. In this way you will get the answer. You don't know, you have to nothing to do. If you don't know, then it's okay. If you know the basic, then only that's enough to answer the question. Okay, so option C is the correct answer. Okay, what you need to do is you have to know the configuration of the element. That's all. Okay, so next move to the question number 22. I will erase here. Question number 22 also very basic and common question in from chemical bonding. Okay, so question number 22 is which of the following is the correct order of stability? Here stability is asked, and we know that stability is directly proportional to bond order. Stability is directly proportional to bond order. Okay, more the bond order of the compound, more will be its stability. So we have to first find out the bond order of the three compound given: cyanide, NO plus and NO minus. Okay, then only we can apply the stability order. Okay, so I will start from cyanide. For cyanide, the valence electron is for carbon is 4, and for nitrogen the valence electron is 5. Okay, so the total is 9. When I put in a molecular orbital configuration, what will be I get? I will exclude the ground state s orbital, we will start from 2s. Okay, sigma 2s, sigma 2s2. I will exclude the already exclude the ground state. Okay, 2s2 sigma star 2s2. Okay, then sigma 2pz2, then 2 pi p3. Okay, 2 pi here, 2px and 2py, and both have equal energy, so I will write in combine 2p3 electron. Okay, so bond order is equal to half of number of bonding means 2 plus 2 4 plus 3 7 minus anti-bonding minus 2. Okay, 7 minus 2 5 divided by 2 2.5. so cyanide has bond order 2.5. okay, then next move to the NO plus ion. For NO plus ion, the valence electron for nitrogen is 5, plus for oxygen is 6, and for plus charge we will subtract -1. Okay, so the total valence is 10. Similarly, I put all the electron in the MOT electronic configuration. What will I get? So I will again exclude the ground state. 2s sigma 2s 2 sigma 2s sigma star 2s2, then sigma 2pz2. Okay, then comes to the pi 2p4. Okay, so 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 4 10 electron. Okay, then come to the calculation, bond order calculation. So bond order is equal to half of number of bonding electron, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 minus 2 is equal to 6, 6 divided by 2 3. Okay, so NO plus 3 has bond order 3. So next move to the third one, which is NO plus, NO minus. For NO minus, and for nitrogen valence electron is 5, plus for oxygen is 6, and for minus charge we will add +1. Okay, so total electron is 11. Okay, 11 5 plus 6 plus 11 plus 1 12. Okay, total electron is 12. Similarly, I will put all the electron in the configuration. Sigma 2s2 sigma star 2s2 sigma 2pz2 2 pi p4, then comes to the sigma star 2pz1. Okay, so calculate the bond order. Then the bond order becomes, bond order is equal to half of number of bonding is 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 minus 2 plus 6 to 8, 4 plus 2 plus 1 3, 2 plus 1 3, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 6 plus 2 8. Okay, 2 plus 2 4 plus 4 8. Okay, wrong answer. No, alright. 5 plus 2, I will add again 2 plus 2 4 plus 2 6 plus 4 10. Okay, 2 I will add here 2, then only 11 at 12. Okay, So 2 plus 2 4. Okay, so 8 minus 4 divided by 2 is 4. 4 by 2 is equal to 2. Okay, so the highest bond order is for NO plus, so I will write here the stability order. NO plus is highest bond order, so I will write first NO plus, then comes to the cyanide, then comes to the NO minus. Okay, here the bond order is 2, here 2.5, and here is 3, and this is also the stability order. Bond order and stability order both are same. So the answer is, so for this question the answer is option number B. Option number B is the correct answer. Okay, so from question number 23 to question number 26 is all about hard soft to acid base concept. Okay, I will make a separate video for all these 4 to 5 questions. Okay, thanks for watching. If you not subscribe our channel, subscribe it and share with your friends as well, so that it can help others. If you know, then it's good. If you know and still watching, you will brush up your knowledge. Get chemistry is all about practicing questions. Okay, thank you.